What's going on? I want to make a quick video about attachment and detachment. There's a saying, what you don't complete, you will repeat. And an example I could give is, think about guys where when they was in junior high school and high school, there was they had a lot of girls. It was easy getting girls. They wasn't shy, they was outgoing, popular. And as they got older, they had that so much that it was nothing to them, and they wanted to settle down as they got older because they had the, been there, done that type of attitude. You also have, like, what I've noticed is like a lot of, like, females or children that grew with parents that were like a pastor. I know, like, there was one girl where her parents they had a church, and she was always every Sunday school, Bible study during the week. And I remember when she had to she went to college in California, and as soon as she got to the dorm, drinking, partying every weekend, wilding out. And she did some things where it was she regretted. But this shows that, like, if sometimes you gotta have like a phase where you just live out that phase and just let it go by, because you have sometimes you have like females where they was on lock when they was younger, and then they get married at a certain age, and then they trying to live their younger lives and they're married. On a spiritual level, this can relate to like somebody that is an old soul, and they came to earth so much, and it's like they got to the point spiritually where it's like they know who they truly are, and they're kind of like at that phase where it's like, I know what this is about. Like, this is temporary, and this is nothing. Like, I don't have to be attached to this. And they're not clinging to the world, so they're ready to just not come back. And a more younger soul is like, they clinging to everything because it's like, oh, I gotta get this, I gotta do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. As human beings, we living in the flesh, and we have natural urges. Like, if I say, all right, I'm not gonna do this no more. I'm not gonna think about this. Just the fact that we said we're not gonna do it, our human nature is gonna want to do it even more. Like, I say, oh, I don't want to eat this. Naturally, as humans, we want what we can't have. So it's like we're gonna want it even more, just the fact that we said that we're not gonna do it. So sometimes when I have an urge, like sometimes I get a craving for like some chocolate, or sometimes I get craving for like an energy drink sometimes, and to make it go away, I just drink it. Or like sometimes I'll overindulge sometimes, and then when I do it, I'm like, dang, I don't feel good. So it's like I had to indulge in it for it to just go away. So sometimes we have to embrace and accept for something to go, instead of like just sweeping it under the rug. Because when you sweep things under the rug, it's like you're putting more weight on your heart. So like when they say you weigh your heart against a feather, it's like you sweeping things under the rug, and or you're not embracing things and releasing it. You putting more weight on your heart. And these things are like, it's like us being at a movie, and we're trying to like change scenes, and we get upset when something happens in a movie, and it's like we want to go to the person who made the movie and the directors and tell them, all right, you got to change this and do that. And it's like the movie's already made already. What is to be must be. Your life is is gonna play out the way it's gonna play out, and we have to just embrace. Like you watching a movie, when a sad scene comes up, cry. If you get sad by a certain scene, just feel it. Embrace the feeling. If a happy scene come up, embrace that feeling. And while it's happening, observe it, embrace it, and observe and learn, and let the scene go by. And then the next scene, and you do the same thing. You just let it go by. You can't go to the director and be like, oh, you got to change this, because it's already made. For example, like, and if you have like a crazy breakup in life and it hurts, a lot of us, we would say, all right, you know what, it is what it is, that, and try to act tough and say, I'm gonna just forget about it. Like, no. If you let that heartbreak happen and embrace it. Shoot, play some 90s R&B to conjure up that feeling even more, so you could release it. Let the feeling, purge out. Embrace it. Play some 90s R&B and watch some sad movies and let it come up. Let it surface. And you learn from it. Observe the situation. Learn from it. What happened? And embrace it and then release it. When you learn, you learn for the future, and you embrace the feeling, and then now release it. So it's kind of like we have to treat life like toothpaste. Like you can't you buy the toothpaste, you use it, and then you release it. So these experiences is like you using the toothpaste, and then you experienced it, and now you release it. You can't go trying to put toothpaste back into the tube. You use it, and then you throw it in the garbage. So in life, you experience, and you embrace the feelings, and learn, observe, and release. And an example, there's a movie you could watch called In Too Deep. And the movie was about, like, the main character, one of the main characters, he was a cop. He was like a undercover cop, where he was like basically infiltrating like a crew, and he had to like literally join the crew and get in. Like I'm talking like he was shooting at other enemies. Like he became real cool with everybody, and in it got to the point where, like, when he was going back to the cops, like, and it was telling him like, all right, when he, like, the other cops was talking about like the gang members, like he was getting offended, and he was like really into it, like he started to really get cool with these people, and you know, and he kind of like forgot like his mission, so he had to like he he started to like forget, and it was like what side you on? And then there was a scene where he had to like this was like the part where they was gonna make the arrest, and then he started to like feel bad and forget the mission, and then he I think he shot like the officer, shot at the officer or something like that, and then it was like, what was that about? And then he came to the realization like, wow, like, dag, like I'm in too deep in this. It's like I have a mission, I have to do this and that, and then get out. And this is like life. Like, we forget the mission. Like, while we're here to know who we truly are.